and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Hi, my name is Kendall, and here we talk about all things makeup and all things makeup related. And as you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be trying out for the first time the brand new products from Rare Beauty. If you are new to my channel, then you probably don't know this, but if you are not new, then you know I am a Rare Beauty fanatic. I love everything about the brand. I love what the brand stands for. I'm a huge Selena Gomez fan, so I am like all about Rare Beauty. I love the look of the packaging. So far, most of the products have worked out in my favor. So Rare Beauty recently launched a new eyeshadow palette, a new primer, and an eyeshadow primer. So I have all three of those products to try out for you today. So without further ado, I'm gonna just kind of be doing a get ready style video using these products. So if you're interested to hear my thoughts on the new launch from Rare Beauty, then please stick around. All right, so I want to talk about the products before I get into them. So the most exciting thing to me is this new eyeshadow palette that they came out with. I'm a little confused because on the Sephora website, it says the Discovery eyeshadow palette, but on the back right here, it says True to Myself eyeshadow palette. So I'm not really sure what this is called. And the packaging I think is so cool. It's pretty compact. It's got like the little dip in the middle. And then here is the inside. Now, everything in me says I should hate this. I do not like eyeshadow palettes that don't have like standard pans. It is like a pet peeve of mine. It makes my skin crawl when I see an eyeshadow palette that has weird pan designs or like mismatched pan designs, different shapes. It's just, ugh, I hate it so much. But something about this I really like. I don't know if it's because it reminds me of like the phases of the moon or something, and I think that is so cool. I just think this is really pleasing to the eye to look at. So this retails for $29, and it says it is a sleek eyeshadow palette that includes 7 easy-to-wear, crease-resistant shades in a range of finishes that stay put all day without fading. The only thing that concerns me about this palette is that pressed glitter in the middle. That's an odd choice. I don't know why brands continue to put pressed glitters into things when the general consensus is stop. I can't think of one person that I know of or that I watch that is like, yes, pressed glitters. They're just a pain. If they get in your eye, you're kind of screwed, and they're just an overall nuisance, I think, in eyeshadow palettes. And the fact that this is like the main focus and it's the most product you get in the pan kind of concerns me. Next is the eyeshadow primer. Really excited to try this. There's what the applicator looks like. Love the packaging on this, super sleek, really pretty. This retails for $18. It says it is a weightless, hydrating eye primer that soothes lids while prepping for long-lasting, amped-up color that won't crease, fade, or smudge. So, a lot of claims there. I have really oily eyelids. I have more leaning dry skin, but my lids are so oily. It is so hard for me to keep shadow on all day. I've tried so many eyeshadow primers, and just throughout the day, I've noticed shadows don't stay, or they crease, or they fade. So I'm gonna be trying this out today, and I'm really hoping it works because I really need to find something for my lids that will keep the shadow on. And last is the Pore Diffusing Primer. This is $26. And it says it is a hydrating, cushiony gel primer that blurs the look of pores and fine lines, boosts and extends makeup wear, and helps fight shine all day. So I've been really into the original primer that they came out with. As you can see, I have gone through quite a bit of it. I wear this on its own. I mean, I'll wear it under foundation, of course, but if it's just like an easy, like I don't really want to wear makeup kind of day, I'll just throw this on all over my face, and it gives my face like this really pretty like glow from within. So I've been really liking it for that. Really interested to try this. I feel like this is going to be more geared towards oily skin, while this one that I've been really liking is more geared towards dry skin, but we shall see. All right, so those are the products that I'm going to be trying out today on camera. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I went ahead and started doing one eye off camera just to kind of get an idea of what I want to do. Something I'm finding with this eyeshadow palette is I can't really do like a full like look. This is going to be something if you want like a wash of color or like a one and done. So for this, I'm literally only using 3 colors on my lid. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in and show you what I'm doing on the other eye. If my eye looks a little red or anything, it's because I've been literally playing with this palette for like an hour trying to figure out what to do and I've been removing and restarting. Okay, so I'm going in with the eyeshadow primer. From what I can tell on the other eye, it dries down really matte, which I like. With my other eyeshadow primers, they like feel tacky to the touch once they're down, but this one dries down pretty matte, which I'm really happy with. All right, so the primer is on. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. All right, so first I'm going to go into the shade right here. I believe this one is called Pure. I'm not really sure because it's one of those palettes where the shade names are on the back like this, but I think it's Pure. Regardless, it's that light mauve-y purple shade. I'm going to lightly, like very lightly tap into that. And that is going to go in my crease. And I'm literally just outlining the eye just to give it some definition. I'm going in really, really lightly. I don't really want it to show up that much. I just want a little tiny something. I noticed when I was playing with this earlier, if you go in with too much product, it can end up looking pretty muddy because it's got that like really gray undertone almost. So you gotta be really careful with it. I will say the little mirror on here is really, really nice. All right, next I'm gonna take this tiny little fluffy brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. It is like a deeper, it's like a deeper brown, but it definitely has purple in it. It's like a deep brown purple. And I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to put that on the outer V and just kind of start stamping it. And then I'm just gonna bring whatever is left on the brush, like in my crease. I'm not doing anything too precise here. All right, and then I'm going back with the first brush that we used to just kind of go over everything. And now I'm going to go into this shade right here. It is a multi-chrome, and I'm going to dip this flat brush in it. I am going to wet my brush with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Basically, I'm just covering the whole lid. If I were just gonna wear this shade, I probably wouldn't even use the other 2 colors, but just for the sake of this video, I wanted to try more than one color. All right, and then I'm gonna go back in with the shade we used for the outer V. So I'm going to go in with the primer. This feels really, really nice on the face. Like it feels smoothing. I'm actually gonna use the Rare Beauty foundation on top of this, and that foundation gives me some problems sometimes. It's so bizarre. Like some days it looks so good on the skin and other days it looks so bad and it clings onto dry patches and it just looks really patchy. So since this is supposed to be like a smooth, oh, that feels really nice. Since this is supposed to be more smoothing, I'm going to put it to the test by using the Rare Beauty foundation to see what it does on top of this. I 100% can feel a difference between this primer and the other primer. The other primer, I don't really feel anything on my face. This feels really nice. Like it makes my skin feel really soft and, like I said, really smooth. I keep repeating myself, I'm so sorry. All right, I'm gonna go on top with foundation. I am in the shade 160C. All right, and then as always, I'm going to go over it with a damp sponge. All right, so this is what the skin is looking like right now. Again, like I said, sometimes this foundation doesn't agree with my skin. I feel like the first time I used it, it looked so nice, but then ever since then, it's just been like clinging to every little patch on my skin. So we will see what this primer does. I am gonna go ahead, go off camera, finish the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to do the lower lash line and we'll talk about everything. So just hang tight. Okay, so this is my finished look with the new products from Rare Beauty. What are my thoughts? So I'm gonna start with the eyeshadow palette. I didn't really know what I was expecting with this. I just want to preface this by saying I have not watched a single video, I have not watched a single review about any of these products because I didn't want to have any sort of like preconceived thought in my head when I went into this. So what I'm gonna say, this is excellent for if you just want like a wash of color. What I did today, like I said earlier, I probably would never go in with 3 shades if I was just putting this all over the lid. Like if I wanted to do this, I would just put this like multi-chrome shade on the lid and then just call it a day. I wouldn't bother going in to define the crease or darken up the outer V. But just for the sake of this video, I wanted to go in with just more than 1 shade, I guess. So I would say this is going to be such a nice palette to have for the spring and summer months because this is truly a one and done. You can go in with any of these shadows, put it over your lid, and call it a day. For the lower lash line, I just went in with this deep purple brown right here, and then I did highlight the inner corner with this shade right here. But honestly, I feel like if you are someone that really likes to like play with makeup and do these like really cool extravagant eye looks, I would say you can skip this. But if you're someone that just wants to throw on a lid shade and run out the door, I think this is really nice and you have a nice variety of shades. None of these shades are super pigmented, so it's a nice light wash of color. I would recommend this for somebody who wants just like a light wash of color, who doesn't really have the time or wants to really go in there with a bunch of different brushes. Like you can go in with any of these shades on your fingertip and go. So I personally really like this. I think this is gonna be really fun for, like I said, the spring and summer months, for when you just wanna do like a boop, 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 out the door kind of look. So I really like this. I would say if that sounds appealing to you, I would say go ahead and pick it up. But if you're someone that wants to do more like intricate, more extravagant looks and you wanna do a whole eye look, I would say skip it because personally, I feel like you can't do a whole lot with this other than a one and done shade. I'm gonna have to go through and watch some reviews on this to see what other people have done, because I was playing for this with quite a while and I kept having to take it off because I just kept getting stuck because I was like, I don't know what else to go in with. So if you're a one and done eyelid kind of person, then I would say this is great. If not, you can definitely skip it. I really like the eyeshadow primer. So far, so good. I like how it dried down. All the other eyeshadow primers that I have in my collection leave like a tacky base. This one definitely dried down more matte, and so far so good. I will update the description box at the end of the night when I'm editing this. I'll let you know if anything creased or faded or anything like that, but so far, really, really liking this. I really, really hope that everything stays intact because I am searching for like the perfect eye primer. The Pore Diffusing Face Primer, I actually really, really like this. I felt a difference on my face. I wasn't very smart in the fact that I used a finicky foundation over this. I should have used a foundation that I know works really nicely. The Rare Beauty foundation just kind of looks a little patchy on my skin, but right now it looks pretty good. And I'm gonna credit the primer. Everything looks really smooth. Typically with this foundation, I have a lot of clinginess and patchiness on my nose and on my chin, but I don't really see that right here. I'd have patches all up on my nose, all up on my chin, all of my cheeks, but I think this is helping. And like I kept saying, and I know I sound like a broken record, I felt my face be smoother after putting this on. So definitely think out of everything that I tried today, I would recommend trying this. I think it's really, really nice. All right, so that is it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will have everything I talked about linked down below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean so much to me, and give this video a thumbs up if you feel like it. And that is it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.